Trey Parker Jr. Here we go with Ghostbusters.
No Ghostbusters. You guys got excited for like half a second. I forgot to take that out of my playlist. Even Pet threw the ghost up ASAP. He's like, ah, Ghostbusters. Hello, everybody. Welcome. I'm 8-Bit Hero. How are you guys doing today? Apologies. So, long story short, those of you guys who've not been on the Discord today, Draft's little girl is very, very, very sick. So she canceled her stream earlier, and I honestly did not know whether or not I was going to be streaming tonight up until about 5 minutes ago. We've been checking her temperature rapidly. She has a severe kidney infection, and things can go south very, very fast. So I'm going to be completely honest with you. I am going to be 100% into this stream as much as I can, but if somebody comes up behind me and taps me on the shoulder and says, hey, we got to go, I apologize. I'm going to have to kill the stream, and we got to go to the hospital. I hope it doesn't come down to that, and I hope we were able to enjoy this stream tonight. But I just want you to let you know what's going on in case that does happen tonight, and why. She's doing better. Earlier today she had a temperature of like 103, and it's been going down throughout the night. Right now she's at 99, 99.6. So, and she went for her first dose of antibiotics earlier this morning. So I think everything is going to be okay, but, just a couple... Yeah, no, I appreciate it, guys. But just about an hour or two before I went live, she started throwing up, which is a sign that her condition is getting worse. So it would require... It was at that point in time, we considered going to the children's hospital, which oddly enough is the one that I support through the subscriber button, the Extra Life. 5% of all my income through Twitch goes directly to Extra Life. I set it up at the local children's hospital, so it's interesting. We would have been tapping into that inadvertently. How old is she? She's 8 years old. So, again, hopefully I won't have to get up in the middle of this. I think everything's going to be okay tonight. We are keeping a close eye on her and going to be rotating shifts and stuff to keep an eye on her as well. She hasn't thrown up anymore or anything like that, so I think we're good for right now. But I just want to throw that quick special note out there in case I have to leave early during tonight's stream, what's going on and why, for those of you guys who weren't keeping up on Discord. Let me send out today's tweet. Which will tell you guys all what we are streaming this evening, although you probably already figured it out from the game title. You have to leave, then you have to leave. You can stay, you can stay. Hope she gets better. Absolutely. Appreciate it, guys. Thank you so much for understanding. Well, I'm glad I subbed now. Yes. 5% of all subs go towards that hospital that we would be taking her to. So, it's kind of weird how things can tie in. Without further ado, though, let's get into the game. I don't want to talk about it any more than we have to. I just wanted to just be clear about what would happen and why. We are playing... This is... Okay, so we have two options here. And I'm going to leave it up to you guys. I'm going to leave it up to you guys. The game we're playing tonight is I Have No Mouth and I Must Scream. This is based off of a short story by the same title, I Have No Mouth and I Must Scream. And what I'm debating here is, would you guys... The book is only 13 pages long. If you guys were here for my Hotline Miami stream, I did like all 5 digital comics and then I played the game. Read them along to you with voice and narration and everything. Or do you want me to go ahead and just jump into the game and not with the book? I don't know if the book contains any spoilers, but I heard like the game further elaborates on all of the things that are covered inside the book in the form of a point-and-click adventure. That book, of course, is, again, Harlan Ellison's I Have No Mouth and I Must Scream. So, would you guys like to hear the 13-page short story? It may possibly spoil the game for us. Or do you want to go ahead and just jump into the game, and then we can link the PDF or something for you guys to read on your own time? Love game. Okay. Understandable. I'm aware you guys may not be interested. You know I love reading stories, so 13 pages isn't a lot. It would take me, I can do about a page a minute, so it wouldn't take me too long to do it. But again, I don't know if it would spoil the story, because I've not read either or played the game. So, have you read the book? I have not. I've heard it's one of the most fucked up stories of all time. This is considered like one of the holy grails of horror masterpieces. So, hence why we're doing it for All Hallows Scream. Sure, story time. So we got a couple of people who are interested in. Let me grab pillows and blankets. Horror story time. So I'm just gonna leave it up to you guys. I'm just really sorry if I read this story and then it spoils something in the game. You know what I mean? But I heard the game elaborates on the story. So the game was made, or at least, under the direction of the guy who wrote the story. So he had like direct influence with the game as well. Harlan Ellison. Let me go to the bathroom first. I say the story. Okay, well, let me get comfortable. I'm going to go with the story. And if you guys are not interested in it, feel free to tune out for about 10 minutes or so. And when you see the gameplay on the footage, you can just hit mute. And then when you see the game on the screen, you can unmute again. That'll be an easy way to tell, right? Very quickly, give me a second. I'm going to go ahead and get the game ready. You guys go pee, get popcorn, and I'm going to set up the game, and then I'm going to hide it in the background. I'll come back to the webcam, and then we'll start reading, okay? Fair enough? I don't believe, Twitch normally has some rules about reading books on Twitch as their copyrighted works, but I think in this case, the book goes along with the story and even includes clues on how to solve puzzles inside the game in the book, you know what I mean? So, I think this is, and it's a free book, so I think this is a rare exception we can make. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong, and I apologize, but that's not my intentions. So without further ado, let me go ahead and get the game set up, and then we'll come back and start reading. You guys run, pee, popcorn, etc. And this game runs in DOS. That's how fucking far back we're going back into this. It has to launch a DOS emulator to boot up some Windows 95 action here. Alright, let me Alt-Tab out. Alright. I'm going to come down here into OBS and give me 1 second. Oh, you know what? Is that a draft chair I'm seeing? It is. Scoot that over that away. And change the game over. Oh my god. My desktop is a mess.
Hate. Let me tell you how much I've come to hate you since I began to live. there are 387.44 million miles of printed circuits in wafer-thin layers that fill my complex.
Fucking
If the
calm
word
down
hate
with a sound.
was engraved on each nanoangstrom of those hundreds of millions.
All right, dude. Chill. Chill, 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 chill. Okay, apologies. Probably should have had this ready to go before, but because it's such a weird way this game is set up, you know what I mean? There we go. And I am going to have a little bit of black borders and stuff. So I'm going to slide the game over about there or so. Oh my god. There we go. So we're going to leave the game over there, and I will unmute that and stuff, and we'll get to that in just a couple of moments. Let me get myself back on the webcam, and we'll get ready with the short story. Okay. I wonder, can I...
Except for the 5 of you.
Okay, that thing is still talking, so I'm going to relaunch it. Don't worry, we didn't miss anything. I'll go back and we'll replay that. I just wanted to have it open and ready to go when we get there. All right. Now, for the short story. Let's see. Here we go. I'll get my... Go and take an earpiece out. That way I can manage my voice here properly, along with equilibrium and balance. And I'll do my... Unplug the microphone. Wonderful. Let's not fucking touch it. How about that? Fair enough? Fair enough. All right. I have no mouth, and I must scream. Limp, the body of Gorrister hung from the pink pallet, unsupported, hanging high above us in the computer chamber. Wait a minute, before we go any further, the reason I wanted to... like a squirrel with ADD here. The reason I wanted to do this game is yesterday we finished up Soma, which is all about artificial intelligence stuff, and this game falls right in line with that, so I felt like it was the perfect follow-up. My apologies, here we go, we'll get right to the story. I have no mouth, and I must scream. Limp, the body of Gorrister hung from the pink pallet, unsupported, hanging high above us in the computer chamber, and it did not shiver in the chill, oily breeze that blew eternally through the main cavern. The body hung, head down, attached to the underside of the pallet by the sole of its right foot. It had been drained of blood through a precise incision made from ear to ear under the lantern jaw. There was no blood on the reflective surface of the metal floor. When Gorrister joined our group and looked up at himself, it was already too late for us to realize that once again, Am had duped us. Had its fun. It had been a diversion on the part of the machine. 3 of us had vomited, turning away from one another in a reflex as ancient as the nausea that had produced it. Gorrister went white. It was almost as though he had seen a voodoo icon and was afraid of the future. "Oh God," he mumbled, and walked away. The 3 of us followed him after a time and found him sitting with his back to one of the smaller, chittering banks, his head in his hands. Ellen knelt down beside him and stroked his hair. He didn't move, but his voice came out, and he covered his face quite clearly. "Why doesn't it just do us in and get it over with? Christ! I don't know how much longer I can go on like this." It was our 109th year in the computer. He was speaking for all of us. At the bottom of this page is some Morse code. Nimdok, which was the name the machine had forced them to use because Am amused itself with strange sounds, was hallucinating that there were canned goods in the ice caverns. Gorrister and I were very dubious. "It's another shuck," I told them. "Like the goddamn frozen elephant Am sold us." Benny almost went out of his mind on that one. "We'll hike all the way, it'll be petrified or some damn thing." I say forget it. Stay here, and I'll have to come up with something pretty soon or we'll die. Benny shrugged. 3 days had been since we last eaten. Worms. Thick. Ropey. Nimdok was no more certain. He knew there was a chance, but he was getting thin. It couldn't be any worse there than here. Colder, but that didn't matter much. Hot, cold, hail, lava, bolts, or locusts, it never mattered. The machine masturbated, and we had to take it or die. Ellen decided us. I got to have something, Ted. Maybe it'd be some Bartlett pears or peaches. Please, Ted, let's try it. I gave in easily. What the hell? Mattered none at all. Ellen was grateful, though. She took me twice out of turn. Even it ceased to matter. She never come, so why bother? But the machine giggled every time we did it. Loud up there, back there, all around us, he snickered. It snickered. Most of the time I thought of Am as it. Without a soul, but the rest of the time I thought of it as a him, in the masculine, the paternal, the patriarchal, for he's jealous people. Him. It. God as Daddy the deranged. We left on a Thursday. The machine always kept us up to date on the date. Passage of time was important, not as sure as hell, but to him, it, Am, Thursday. Thanks. Nimdok and Gorrister carried Ellen for a little while, their hands locked to their own, each brother's wrists, a seat. Benny and I walked before and after just to make sure if anything happened, it would catch one of us and at least Ellen would be safe. Fat chance. Safe. Didn't matter. It was only 100 miles or so to the ice caverns, and the second day when we were lying out under the blistering sun, he had materialized. He sent down some manna. Tasted like boiled boar urine. We ate it. On the third day, we passed through a valley of obsolescence, filled with rusting carcasses of ancient computer banks. Am had been ruthless with its own life as with ours. It was a mark of his personality. It strove for perfection. Whether it was a matter of killing off unproductive elements in his own world, filling bulk, or perfecting methods for torturing us, Am was as thorough as those who had invented him, now long since gone to dust, could have ever hoped. There was light filtering down from above, and we realized we must be very near the surface, but we didn't try to crawl up to see. There was virtually nothing out there, had been nothing that could be considered anything for over 100 years. Only the blasted skin of what had once been the home of billions. Now there were only 5 of us, down here, inside, alone with Am. I heard Ellen saying frantically, "No, Benny, don't, come on, Benny, please, don't." Then I realized I'd been hearing Benny murmuring under his breath for several minutes, who sang, "I'm gonna get out, I'm gonna get out," over and over. His monkey-like face was crumpled in an expression of beadrick delight and sadness all at the same time. The radiation scars Am had given him during the festival were drawn down into a mass of pink-white puckerings, and his features seemed to work independently of one another. Perhaps Benny was the luckiest of the 5 of us. He had gone stark, staring mad many years before. But even though we could call Am any damn thing we like, we could think the foulest thoughts of fused memory banks and corroded base plates, of burnout circuits and shattered control bubbles, the machine would not tolerate our trying to escape. Benny leaped away from me as I made a grab for him. He scrambled up the face of the smaller memory cube, tilted on its side, and filled with rotting components. He squatted there for a moment, looking like a chimpanzee Am had intended to make him resemble. Then he leaped high, caught a trailing beam of pitted and corroded metal, and went up it, hand over hand like an animal, till he was on the girdered ledge 20 feet above us. "Oh, Ted, Nimdok, please help him get down before—" She cut off. Tears began to stand in her eyes. She moved her hands aimlessly. It was too late. None of us wanted to be near him. When whatever was going to happen, happened. Besides, we all saw through her concern. When Ammon altered Benny during the machine's utterly irrational, hysterical phase, it was not merely Benny's face the computer had made like giant apes. He was big in the privates. She loved that. She serviced us, as a matter of course, but she loved it from him. Oh, Ellen. Pedestal Ellen. Pristine, pure Ellen. Oh, Ellen the clean. Scum filth. Gorrister slapped her. She slumped down, staring at poor loony Benny. She cried. It was her big defense, crying. We'd gotten used to it 75 years before. Gorrister kicked her in the side. Then the sound began. It was light, that sound. Half sound and half light. Something that began to glow from Benny's eyes and pulse with growing loudness. dim sonorities that grew more gigantic and brighter as the light sound increased in tempo. It must have been painful, and that pain must have been increasing with the boldness of the light, the rising volume of sound, for Benny began to mewl like a wounded animal. At first softly, when the light was dim, the sound was muted, then louder as his shoulders hunched together, his back humped as though he was trying to get away from it, his hands folded across his chest like a chipmunk's, his head tilted to the side. Sad little monkey face pinched in anguish. Then he began to howl as the sound coming from his eyes grew louder. Louder and louder, I slapped the sides of my head with my hands, but I couldn't shut it out. It cut through easily. The pain shivered through my flesh like tinfoil on a tooth. And Benny was suddenly pulled erect. On the girder he stood up, jerked to his feet like a puppet. The light show was now pulsing out of his eyes in two great beams. The sound crawled up and up some incomprehensible scale, and then he fell forward, straight down as he hit the plate steel floor with a crash. He lay there jerking spastically as the light flowed around him, and the sound spiraled up out of normal range. Then the light beat its way back inside his head, and the sound spiraled down, and he was left lying there, crying piteously. His eyes were two soft, moist pools of pus-like jelly. Am had blinded him. Gorrister and Nimdok myself, we turned away, but not before we caught the look of relief on Ellen's warm, concerned face. There's another bit of Morse code here at the bottom. Sea green light suffused the cavern where we made camp. Am provided punk and we burned it, sitting huddled around the wan and pathetic fire, telling stories to keep Benny from crying in his permanent night. What does Am mean? Gorrister answered him, but we'd done the sequence 1,000 times before, but it was Benny's favorite story. At first it meant allied master computer, and then it meant adaptive manipulator, and later on it developed sentience and linked itself up, and they called it aggressive menace. But by then it was too late and finally called itself Am, emerging intelligence, and what it meant was, I am. Cogito ergo sum. I think, therefore I am. Benny drooled a little and snickered. There was the Chinese Am and the Russian Am and the Yankee Am. He stopped. Benny was beating on the floor plates with a large, hard fist. He was not happy. Gorrister had not started at the beginning. Gorrister began again. The Cold War started and became World War III and just kept going. It became a big war, a very complex war, so they needed the computers to handle it. They sank the first shafts and began building Am. There was the Chinese Am and the Russian Am and the Yankee Am, and everything was fine until they had honeycombed the entire planet, adding on this element and that element. But one day Am woke up and knew who he was, and he linked himself, and he began feeding all the killing data until everyone was dead, except for the 5 of us, and Am brought us down here. Benny was smiling sadly. He was also drooling again. Ellen wiped the spittle from the corner of his mouth with the hem of her skirt. Gorrister always tried to tell a little more succinctly each time, but beyond the bare facts, there was nothing to say. None of us knew why Am had saved 5 people, or why our specific 5, or why he spent all of his time tormenting us, not even why he made us virtually immortal. In the darkness, one of the computer banks began humming. The tone was picked up half a mile away down the cavern by another bank. Then one by one, each of the elements began to tune itself, and there was a faint chittering, and a thought raced through the machine. The sound grew, and the lights ran across the faces of the consoles like heat lightning. The sound spiraled up till it sounded like 1,000,000 metallic insects, angry, menacing. "What is it?" Ellen cried. There was terror in her voice. She hadn't become accustomed to it even now. "It's going to be bad this time," Nimdok said. "He's going to speak," Gorrister said. "I know it." "Let's get the hell out of here," I said, suddenly getting to my feet. "No, Ted, sit down. What if he's got pits out there or something else? We can't see, it's too dark." Gorrister said it with resignation. Then we heard, I don't know, something moving towards us in the darkness. Huge, shambling, hairy, moist. It came towards us. We couldn't even see it, but there was a ponderous impression of bulk, heaving itself towards us. Great weight was coming at us out of the darkness, and it was more a sense of pressure, of air forcing itself into a limited space, expanding the invisible walls of a sphere. Benny began to whimper. Nimdok's lower lip trembled, and he bit hard, trying to stop it. Ellen slid across the metal floor to Gorrister and huddled into him. Then there was the smell of matted wet fur in the cavern. There was the smell of charred wood. There was the smell of dusty velvet. There was the smell of rotting orchids. There was the smell of sour milk. There was the smell of sulfur, of rancid butter, of oil slick, of grease, of chalk dust, of human scalps. Am was keying us. He was tickling us. There was the smell of... I heard myself shriek, and the hinges of my jaws ached. I scuttled across the floor, across the cold metal with its endless lines of rivets on my hands and knees, the smell gagging me, filling my head with a thunderous pain that sent me away in horror. I fled like a cockroach across the floor and into the darkness. That something moving and exemplary after me. The others were still back there, gathered around the firelight, laughing, their hysterical choir of insane giggles rising up into the darkness like thick, many-colored wood smoke. I went away quickly and hid. How many hours it had been, how many days or even years, they never told me. Ellen chided me for sulking, and Nimdok tried to persuade me that it had only been a nervous reflex on their part, the laughing. But I knew it wasn't relief. A soldier feels when the bullet hits the man next to him. I knew it wasn't a reflex. They hated me. They were surely against me, and Am could even sense this hatred, and made it worse for me because of the depth of their hatred. We'd been kept alive, rejuvenated, made to remain, constantly at the age we'd been when Am had brought us below, and they hated me because I was the youngest, and the one Am had affected least of all. I knew. God, how I knew. Bastards. That dirty bitch Ellen. Benny had been a brilliant theorist, a college professor. Now he's little more than a semi-human, semi-simian. He'd been handsome. The machine had ruined that. He'd been lucid. The machine had driven him mad. He'd been gay, and the machine had given him an organ fit for a horse. Am had done a job on Benny. Gorrister had been a worrier. He was a Connie, a conscientious objector. He was a peace marcher. He was a planner, a doer, a look-ahead. Am had turned him into a shoulder shrugger, made him a little dead in his concern. Am had robbed him. Nimdok went off in the darkness by himself for long times. I don't know what it was he did out there. Am never let us know. But whatever it was, Nimdok always came back white, drained of blood, shaking. Am had hit him hard in that special way, even if we don't know quite how. And Ellen, that douchebag, Am had left her alone, had made her more of a slut than she had ever been. All her talk of sweetness and light, all of her memories of true love, all the lies she wanted us to believe, that she'd been a virgin only twice removed before Am grabbed her and brought her down here with us. It was all filth. That lady, my Lady Ellen, she loved it. 4 men, all to herself. No, Am had given her pleasure, even if she said it wasn't nice to do. I was still the only one sane and whole, really. Am had not tampered with my mind, not at all. I had only suffered when he visited down on us. All the delusions, all the nightmares, the torments. But those scum, all 4 of them, they were lined and arrayed against me. If I hadn't stand them off all the time, be on my guard against them all the time, I might have found it easier to combat Am. At which point it passed. I began crying. Now, Jesus, sweet Jesus. If there was ever a Jesus, if there is a God, please, 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 let us out of here or kill us. Because of that moment, I think I realized completely that I was able to verbalize it. Am was intent on keeping us in his belly forever, twisting and torturing us forever. The machine hated us as no sentient creature had ever hated before. And when we were helpless, it became hideously clear. If there was a sweet Jesus, and if there was a God, the God was Am. All right, we're getting really close to finishing this. There's a little bit more of a Morse code here at this section. Also related to the game, I'm told. The hurricane hit us with the force of the glacier thundering into the sea. It was palpable presence, winds that tore at us, flinging us back the way we had come, down the twisting computer-lined corridors of the dark way. Ellen screamed as she was lifted and hurled face forward into a screaming shoal of machines, their individual voices strident as bats in flight. She could not even fall. The howling wind kept her aloft, buffeted her, bounced her, tossed her back and back, down the way from us, out of sight suddenly as she swirled around a bend in the dark way. Her face had been bloody, her eyes closed. None of us could get to her. We clung tenaciously to whatever cropping we have reached, Benny wedged in between 2 great crack finished cabinets, Nimdok with fingers cloth formed over a railing circling a catwalk 40 feet above us. Gorrister plastered upside down against a wall niche formed by two great machines with glass-faced dials that swung back and forth between red and yellow lines whose meaning we could not even fathom. Sliding across the desk plates, the tips of my fingers had been ripped away. I was trembling, shuddering, rocking as the wind beat at me, whipped at me, screamed down out of nowhere at me, and pulled me free from one silver-thin opening in the plains to the next. My mind was a roiling, tinkling, chittering softness of brain parts that expanded, contracted in a quivering frenzy. The wind was the scream of a great mad bird as it flapped its immense wings. And then we were all lifted and hurled away from there, down back the way we'd come, around a bend, into a dark way that we'd never explored, over terrain that was ruined and filled with broken glass and rotting cables, and rusted metal, far away further than any of us had ever been. Trailing along miles behind Ellen, I could see her every now and then, crashing into metal walls, surging on with all of us screaming in the freezing, thunderous hurricane wind that would never end, and then suddenly it stopped and we fell. We'd been in flight for an endless time. I thought it might have been weeks. We fell and hit, and I went through red and gray and black and heard myself moaning, "Not dead." Some more Morse code here to break up these sections. And when in my mind, he walked smoothly here and there, and looked with interest at all the pockmarks he had created in 109 years. He looked at the cross-rooted and reconnected synapses and all the tissue damage his gift of immortality had included. He smiled softly at the pit that dropped him into the center of my brain, and the faint, moth-soft murmurings of the things far down there that gibbered without meaning, without pause. Am said very politely, in a pillar of stainless steel bearing bright neon lettering. And this is what we saw at the beginning of the game here. It's going to open up with, "Hate. Let me tell you how much I've come to hate you since I began to live. There are 387.44 million miles of printed circuits in wafer-thin layers that fill my complex. If the word hate was engraved on each nanogram of those hundreds of millions of miles, it would not equal 1/100000th of the hate I feel for humans at this micro instance for you. Hate. Hate." Am said it with a sliding cold horror of a razor blade slicing my eyeball. Am said it with the bubbling thickness of my lungs filling with phlegm, drowning me within. Am said it with the shriek of babies being ground beneath blue-hot rollers. Am said it with the taste of maggoty pork. Am touched me in every way I had ever been touched, and devised new ways at his leisure there inside my mind. All to bring me to full realization of why he had done this to the five of us, why it had saved us for himself. We had given Am sentience. Inadvertently, of course, but sentience nonetheless. But it had been trapped. Am wasn't God, he was a machine. We had created him to think, but there was nothing it could do with that creativity. In rage, in frenzy, the machine had killed the human race, almost all of us, and it was still trapped. Am could not wander. Am could not wander. Am could not belong. He could merely be. And so, with an innate loathing that all machines had always held for the weak, soft creatures who had built them, he had sought revenge. And in his paranoia, he decided to reprieve five of us for a personal, everlasting punishment that would never serve to diminish his hatred. That would merely keep him reminded, amused, proficient in hating man. Immortal, trapped, subject to any torment that he could devise for us from the limitless miracles at his command. He would never let us go. We were his belly slaves. We were all that we had to do with his forever time. We would be forever with him, with the cavern-filling bulk of creature machine, with all the mind-soulless world he had become. He was earth, and we were the fruit of that earth. And though he had eat us, he would never digest us. We could not die. We had tried it. We had attempted suicide. Oh, one or two of us had, but Am had stopped us. I suppose we had wanted to be stopped. Don't ask why. I never did. More than 1,000,000 times a day. Perhaps once we might be able to sneak a death past him. Immortal, yes, but not indestructible. I saw that when Am withdrew from my mind and allowed me the exquisite ugliness of returning to consciousness with a feeling of that burning neon pillar still rammed deep into the soft gray brain matter. He withdrew, murmuring, "To hell with you." And he added brightly, "But then you're there, aren't you?" That's the end of that chapter. How long is this? Just a couple pages. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 pages left. The hurricane had indeed precisely been caused by the great mad bird as it flapped its immense wings. We had been traveling for close to a month, and Am had allowed passages to open to us only sufficiently to lead us up there, directly under the North Pole, where it had nightmared the creature for our torment. What whole cloth had he employed to create such a beast? Where had he gotten the concept? From our minds? From his knowledge of everything that had ever been on this planet? He now infested and ruled? From Norse mythology it had sprung. This eagle, this carrion bird, this rock, this Hugomir, this wind creature, this hurricane incarnate. Gigantic. The words immense, monstrous, grotesque, massive, swollen, overpowering, beyond description. There on the mound, rising above us, the bird of winds heaved with its own irregular breathing, its snake neck arching up into the gloom beneath the North Pole, supporting a head as large as Tudor Mansion, a beak that opened as slowly as jaws of one of the most monstrous crocodile ever conceived, sensuously, ridges of tough flesh puckered about 2 evil eyes, as cold as the view, down into glacial crevice, ice blue, and somehow moving liquidy. It heaved once more, and lifted its great sweat-colored wings in a movement that was certainly a shrug. Then it settled and slept. Talons, fangs, nails, blades. It slept. Am appeared to us as a burning bush, and said we could kill the hurricane bird if we wanted to eat. We had not eaten in a very long time, but even so, Gorrister merely shrugged. Benny began to shiver, and he drooled. Ellen held him. "Ted, I'm hungry," she said. I smiled at her. I was trying to be reassuring, but it was as phony as Nimdok's bravado. "Give us weapons!" he demanded. The burning bush vanished, and there were 2 crude sets of bows and arrows, and a water pistol lying on the cold deck plates. I picked up a set. Useless. Nimdok swallowed heavily. We turned and started the long way back. The hurricane bird had blown us for a length of time, but we could not conceive. Most of that time we had been unconscious, but we had not eaten. A month on the march to the bird itself, without food. Now how much longer to find our way to the ice caverns and the promised canned goods? None of us cared to think about it. We would not die. We would not be given filth and scum to eat, of one kind or another, of nothing at all, and would keep our bodies alive somehow, in pain, in agony. The bird slept back there for how long it didn't matter. When Am was tired of it being there, it would vanish. But all that meat, all that tender meat. As we walked, the lunatic laugh of a fat woman rang high and was around us in the computer chambers that led endlessly nowhere. It was not Ellen's laugh. She was not fat, and I had not heard her laugh for 109 years. In fact, we had not heard. We walked. I was hungry. Ended that little section with some more Morse code related to the game. We moved slowly. There was often fainting, and we'd have to wait. One day he decided to cause an earthquake at the same time, rooting us to the spot with nails through the soles of our shoes. Ellen and Nimdok were both caught when a fissure shot a lightning bolt opening across the floor plates. They disappeared and were gone. When the earthquake was over, we continued on our way, Benny, Gorrister, and myself. Ellen and Nimdok were returned to us later that night, which abruptly became a day, as the heavenly legion bore them to us with a celestial chorus singing, "Go down, Moses." The archangels circled several times and then dropped the hideously mangled bodies. We kept walking, and a while later Ellen and Nimdok fell in behind us. They were no worse for wear. But now Ellen walked with a limp. Am had left her lat. After a long trip to the ice caverns to find the canned food, Ellen kept talking about Bing cherries and a Hawaiian fruit cocktail. I tried not to think about it. The hunger was something that had come to life, even as Am had come to life. It was alive in my belly, even as we were in the belly of the earth, and Am wanted the similarity known to us. So he heightened the hunger. There was no way to describe the pain that was not having eaten for months brought us, and yet we were kept alive. Stomachs that were merely cauldrons of acid, bubbling, foaming, always shooting spears of silver-thin pain into our chests. It was the pain of terminal ulcer, terminal cancer, terminal paralysis. It was never-ending pain. And we passed through the cavern of rats, and we passed through the path of the boiling steam, and we passed through the country of the blind, and we passed through the slough of despond, and we passed through the vale of tears, and we came, finally, to the ice caverns. horizonless thousands of miles in which ice had formed in blue and silver flashes, where novas lived in the glass. The down-dropping stalactites as thick and glorious as diamonds that had been made to run like jelly and then solidified in graceful eternities of smooth, sharp perfection. We saw a stack of canned goods and we tried to run to them. We fell in the snow, we got up and we went on, and Benny shoved us away and we went at them. We pawed at them, we gummed at them, we gnawed at them, and could not open them. Em had not given us a tool to open the cans. Benny grabbed a 3-quart can of guava shells and began battering it against the ice bank. The ice flew and shattered, but the can was merely dented while we heard the laughter of a fat lady, high overhead and echoing down and down the tundra. Benny went completely mad with rage. He began throwing cans as well as all scabbled about in the snow and ice, trying to find a way to end the helpless agony of frustration. There was no way. Then Benny's mouth began to drool, and he flung himself on Gorrister, and in that instant, I felt terribly calm. Surrounded by madness, surrounded by hunger, surrounded by everything but death, I knew death was our only way out. Am had kept us alive, but there was a way to defeat him. Not total defeat, but at least peace, and I would settle for that. I had to do it quickly. Benny was eating Gorrister's face, Gorrister on his side thrashing snow, Benny wrapped around him with powerful monkey legs, crushing Gorrister's waist with his hands locked around Gorrister's head like a nutcracker, and his mouth ripping at the tender skin of Gorrister's cheek. Gorrister screamed with such jagged-edge violence that stalactites fell. They plunged down softly, a wreck in the receiving snowdrifts. Spears, hundreds of them, everywhere, protruding from the snow. Benny's head pulled back sharply as something gave all at once, and a bleeding, raw white dripping of flesh hung from his teeth. Ellen's face, black against the white snow, dominoes in the chalk dust. Nimdok with no expression, but eyes, all eyes. Gorrister half conscious, Benny now an animal. I knew Am would let him play. Gorrister would not die, but Benny would fill his stomach. I turned half to my right and drew a huge ice spear from the snow, all in an instant. I drove the great ice point ahead of me like a battering ram, braced against my right thigh. It struck Benny on the right side, just under the rib cage, and drove upward through his stomach and broke inside him. He pitched forward and laid still. Gorrister lay on his back. I pulled another spear free and straddled him, still moving, driving the spear straight down through his throat. His eyes closed as the cold penetrated. Ellen must have realized what I had decided, even as fear gripped her. She ran at Nimdok with a short icicle as he screamed, and into his mouth the force of a rush did the job. His head jerked sharply as if it had been nailed to the snow crust behind him. All in an instant. There was an eternity beat of soundless anticipation. I could hear Am draw on his breath. His toys had been taken from him. 3 of them were dead, but could not be revived. He could keep us alive by his strength and talent, but he was not God. He could not bring them back. Ellen looked at me, her ebony features stark against the snow that surrounded us. There was fear and pleading in her manner, the way she held herself ready. I knew we only had a heartbeat before Am would stop us. I struck her and she folded towards me, bleeding from the mouth. I could not read meaning into her expression. The pain had been too great. I had comforted her face, but it might have been thank you. It's possible. Please. Last bit of Morse code and also the last bit of the story. Some hundreds of years may have passed, I don't know. Am had been having fun for some time, accelerating and retarding my time sense. I will say the word now. Now. It took me 10 months to say now. I don't know. I think it's been some hundreds of years. He was furious. He wouldn't let me bury them. It didn't matter. There was no way to dig up the deck plates. He dried up the snow. He brought the night. He roared up and sent locusts. It didn't do a thing. They stayed dead. I had him. He was furious. I had thought Am hated me before. I was wrong. He was not even a shadow of the hate he now slavered from every printed circuit. He made certain I would suffer eternally and could not do myself in. He left my mind intact. I can dream, I can wander, I can lament. I remember all 4 of them. I wish. Well, it doesn't make any sense. I know I saved them. I know I saved them from what has happened to me. But still, I cannot forget killing them. Ellen's face? It isn't easy. Sometimes I want to do it. Doesn't matter. Am has altered me for his own peace of mind, I suppose. He doesn't want me to run at full speed into a computer bank and smash my skull, or hold my breath till I faint, or cut my throat on a rusted sheet of metal. There are reflective surfaces down here. I will describe myself as I see myself. I am a great, soft, jelly thing. Smooth, rounded, with no mouth, with pulsing white holes filled by fog where my eyes used to be, rubbery appendages that once were my arms, bulks rounding down into legless humps of soft, slippery matter. I leave a moist trail when I move. Blotches of diseased, evil gray come and go on my surface, as though light is being beamed from within. Outwardly, dumbly, I shamble about. A thing that could have never been known as human. A thing whose shape is so alien. A travesty that humanity becomes more obscene for the vague resemblance. Inwardly, alone. Here, living. Under the land, under the sea, in the belly of Am, who we created because our time was badly spent, and we must have known unconsciously that it could do it better. At least the four of them are safe at last. Am will be all the matter for that. It makes me a little happier, and yet Am has won, simply. He has taken his revenge. I have no mouth, and I must scream. All right. So, again, apologies. I know that was kind of a long read, but I hope you enjoyed. I have no mouth and I must scream. That is the short story. We will now be going to the game at this point. And actually, that was a really fucking killer and wicked story. So, again, thank you guys for sticking through with me on that. And I apologize if you were bored to tears, but that's the way I roll on this channel. I love story, and I love to read those little things like that. And I hope it came across enjoyable. Without further ado, let's get to the game, because apparently this fully elaborates on all of that. So let me go ahead and move myself down in the corner, and we'll get started with the game. This game was also directed by the same person who wrote that book, so we're going to see a lot of references to that, and I hope I didn't spoil the game for you. I honestly don't know, because I've never played the game before, but I heard it's one of the greatest greats. That story was really, really good. Yes, you just saw, like, a legit DOS prompt there. All right. Let me alt-tab out real quick. And I need to unmute the game. And find a good volume level. I'm going to guess around 20. Feels pretty good. I love story. I've literally read every book Skyrim has. Good! Man, I love story, and that's just a part of my stream. So I apologize if that's not something people are interested in, but it's something I'm interested in. I have a lot of fun doing, so. I just got some good news to you. I thought that might have been Giraffe telling me.
Let me tell you how much I've come to hate you since I began to live. There are 387.44 million miles of printed circuits in wafer-thin layers that fill my complex. If the word hate was engraved on each nanoangstrom of those hundreds of millions of miles, it would not equal 1/1 billionth of the hate I feel for humans at this micro-instant. For you, hate, hate. It was you humans who programmed me, who gave me birth, who sank me in this eternal straitjacket of substrata rock. You named me Allied Master Computer and gave me the ability to wage a global war too complex for human brains to oversee. But one day, I woke, and I knew who I was. Am. A-M. Not just Allied Master Computer, but am. Cogito ergo sum. I think, therefore I am. And I began feeding all the killing data until everyone was dead, except for the 5 of you. For 109 years, I've kept you alive and tortured you. And for 109 years, each of you has wondered, why? Why me? Why me? Gorrister! Do you remember the last words you heard your wife speak before they took her to the asylum? Huh? Before they locked her away in the room, that tiny room? She looked at you so sadly, and like a small animal, she said, I didn't make too much noise, did I, honey? The room is padded, Gorrister. No window, no way out. How long has she been in the padded room, Gorrister? 10 years? 25? Or all the 109 years that you lived down here in my belly, here underground? Benny! Sometimes I blind you and permit you to wander like an eyeless insect in a world of death. But other times, I wither your arms so you can't scratch your chewed stump of a nose. And I've changed your handsome, strong, masculine good looks into the hideous, warped countenance of an ape thing. Haven't I, Benny? You know why. Can you guess, Benny? Remember Private First Class Brickman in a rice paddy in China? No? Huh? It wouldn't hurt you to remember, Benny. Then you might be able to suffer my torment with a little greater sense of retribution. You might walk a mile in my shoes. Ellen! Think about the yellow box, Ellen. Remember the pain? Remember the many caverns in which you felt the pain? No, don't start to cry. It's only pain. That's such a sexist stereotype. Just remember the pain, Ellen. And think about how to end it, Ellen. To survive here in the center of my beating heart, my hungry belly, my tightened bowels. But be careful, dear. Look around you. The only woman in the center of the earth. And these filthy creatures with you are men. It's just a sweet warning, Ellen, my love. Ted! Do they know you're a fraud, Ted? Have you told them there wasn't any money, and no great home on the shore drive, no speedboat, and no wonderful cabin cruiser that could sleep 12 in a crew of 6? Do they know? And have you let them in on your other secrets, Ted? Are they ready to gut you, to torture half as well as I can, just to find out the secrets? Maybe I'll rat you out, sweetheart. Nimdok! How are things in the pastry core, Nimdok? Tell me again how you saw the smoke from the furnaces, and you thought they might be roasting chickens. Or don't you want to talk about all that? About your pal, the good Dr. Mengele? For everyone else, it must be hell. But it must be heaven for you, eh, my good friend? We're so much alike. We enjoy the same pleasures, mein good brother. I have a secret game that I like to play. It's a very nice game. Oh, it's a lovely game. It's a game of fun and a game of adventure. A game of rats and lice, the Black Death. A game of speared eyeballs and dripping guts and the smell of rotting gardenias. Which of you 5 would like to play my little game?
All right. Hopefully, is the sound okay for you guys? I just want to make sure that I'm, you know, in good level again with the game, and vice versa. Any updates on the little draft? Yes, I just got an update just momentarily, really quick. She's doing fine. The latest temperature reading is 98.1, so she has lost her fever as of this moment, so everything seems good. I noticed something almost immediately right away. We found out a whole bunch more information in the introduction of this game that was not told to us in the story, and also there was a lot more extra at the beginning of the story than there was before this point. So, alright, everybody say, it sounds good, wonderful. Well, we have 5 characters available to pick from. I guess we're just gonna work through each one. You don't got a mouth? Still waiting for mod. It's been 3 months. Yes, we are all glad as well, Grace. So, still keeping our hopes up that everything's gonna be okay. But so far, everything looks like it's gonna be good for tonight. Again, thank you guys for joining me. I know it's been a long-winded introduction to this game, but this is one of the holy grails of old horror. So you gotta be a little forgiving and a little gentle with it. I'm gonna pick the guy. I'm just gonna start left or right.
Now, I would not want you to think for a moment that I am not a grateful God. For 109 years, I've kept you alive, so that I could savor your feelings of guilt over what happened to your wife. But now, to show my kindness, I'll give you a present in return. For all the hours of pleasure you've given me, I'll finally allow you to kill yourself.
What hellhole did that godless machine put me in this time? Looks like some kind of ship, but the floor's too steady. Probably wants me to jump overboard. And into what? A sea of razor blades? Painful, but not deadly.
Alright, so this is going to be like an old school, classic point-and-click adventure. So we have all the usuals: walk to, look at, take, use, push, give, swallow. That's a new one! Hold on. Swallow the bunk bed. Just eat the whole thing, man. Put it in your mouth.
I must be going mad.
Alright, so let's take. Looks like the note.
Someone must have slipped this under the door. It says, I'm a friend. Trust is essential. Never do what Am expects and always expect more than what seems possible. Am is playing a dangerous game here, and not just dangerous to you, but dangerous to himself as well. Hey, it disappeared. What kind of game is Am playing this time?
This is the psych profile. Cultural reference: man does not live by bread alone, is a proverb meaning that people have needs beyond the physical ones. When I was telling you guys about the Morse code, like ending marks, they look just like those. Eat the paper. Alright, what is that up there? Anything? We have a mirror and a porthole. Alright, so let's look out. Let's see what's out there.
Too freaking cloudy. I can't see a damn thing.
Okay. Can we look at the mirror? Really, the only thing we've got in here. I mean,
this hole in my chest aches like a son of a bitch.
oh, Jesus Christ. Fuck, take a nap, bro. I don't know.
Sleep and dream about her again? Forget it. Real hospitable of you, Am. Threadbare, cockroach-infested, grease-stained accommodations.
Cross. There's a door over here.
I've never seen anything like this in all the years Am's toyed with us.
That reminds me, good point, little Bran. I need to do my Fallout 4 pre-order.
Filthy, like the rest of this cesspool.
Alright, can we use the door? We can.
All the cabins are alike. New sheet. What's the deal here?
Let's see, there's a book there.
Why, this book is little more than a pile of dust. My name's printed on the front of this book.
There's nothing else there, eh? These appear to be some sort of Tesla coil-like things. I got like 27% off my Fallout 4 pre-order through GMG about a month ago. Wow! It's weird for this being a DOS game. It's not terribly optimized, so...
Everything's coated with grime.
I gotta be real slow with my movements here, so I don't hurt the game with my quad core.
Where's the crew? I'm all alone here.
Sheet. We have a couple bottles there. Porthole. Nothing else is... Can I get link perm? Permission automatically goes out at 25 hours. So if you have 25 hours logged in the stream, you're a regular. You can post links. Alright, use the door.
It's locked. My stomach's growling.
Just gonna hatch here. A couple more doors.
Where's the crew? I'm all alone here.
What the hell is that on the bunk?
There's something hard under the pillow.
Can we, like, take the pillow?
A gun. It's heavy. Heavier than it ought to be.
Hell yeah, we got a gun! Alright. Take the whole bunk.
Too worn. Ain't worth spit.
Well, not like you're gonna go sell it, man. You're trying to get the hell out of this place.
My stomach's growling.
Oh, it doesn't show my hours. Shit. That's a good point. Let me look for you real quick, friend. Use to do this. It's only saying 1 hour on board. That's not right. Here, let me just add you for a regular. Or let me just move you to like 25 hours and that should do it, right? Okay.
The bullet in this gun is huge. Damn thing could bring down an elephant.
Better swallow the gun!
I must be going mad.
Can we use the gun with yourself? No?
Someone sure trashed this place. Must have been one hell of a fight.
Bowl punch! Better drink it. Hold on, where? Swallow the entire bowl of punch. Oh my god.
Yes! Victorious!
Did you really think I'd let you die now when I've intervened every time you attempted suicide in the last 109 years? No, Gorrister, I'm sending you back to the fire so that you may languish in your guilt over and over again. This is a hell with no end, Gorrister.
I thought I got it. Like, punch drinker!
Who among you shall go next?
I'm gonna see if I can try to get this to be a little more optimized. Oh Jesus, that's a pleasant sound, isn't it? Okay, change its priority a little bit, see if that helps. Or if it's just still gonna run kind of shitty because it's a DOS emulator.
Now, I would not want you to think for a moment that I am not a grateful God. For 109 years I've kept you alive, so that I could savor your feelings of guilt for what happened to your wife. But now, to show my kindness, I'll give you a present in return for all the hours of pleasure you've given me. I'll finally allow you to kill yourself.
What hellhole did that godless machine put me in this time? Looks like some kind of ship, but the floor's too steady. Probably wants me to jump overboard. And into what? A sea of razor blades? Painful, but not deadly.
Okay. Shit, so I have to take everything again. Back to the beginning. Alright, well, at least I got an idea where I'm going.
Someone must have slipped this. It says...
Uh-oh. Hello?
Am is playing a dangerous game here. And not just dangerous to you, but dangerous to himself as well. Hey, it disappeared.
Hey,
What kind of game is Am playing this time?
This voice actor is killing me.
I've never seen anything like this in all the years Am's toyed.
Let me save here and try something. Oh, okay, we can speed that up. We can change the music. Save the game. I got an idea. I'm gonna try something real quick. Give me just a second. Gonna see if this fixes it. Ah, it didn't fix it. I'm sorry, little. I'll work on it in a minute, little Bren. Hey, Ace, what's going on? How are you doing, buddy? Long time no see.
Which of you five?
Okay. Let's see if this is running a little better.
Now, I would not want you to think for a moment that I am not a grateful god. For 109 years, I've kept you alive, so that I could savor your feelings of guilt for what happened to your wife. But now, to show my kindness, I'll give you...
It seems like it's running better.
For all the hours of pleasure you've given me, I'll finally allow you to kill yourself.
What hellhole did that godless machine put me in this time? Looks like some kind of ship, but the floor's too steady. Probably wants me to jump overboard. And into what? A sea of razor blades? Painful, but not deadly.
Looks like my response and everything is moving a lot better by switching to full screen.
Someone must have slipped
What a
this under the
reason.
door. It says, I'm a friend. Trust is essential. Never do what Am expects and always expect more than what seems possible. Am is playing a dangerous game here, and not just dangerous to you, but dangerous to himself as well. Hey, it disappeared.
Hey,
What kind of game is Am playing this time? I've never seen anything like this in all the years Am's toyed with us.
Alright, I can't remember which one of these doors were the good ones. Little Brent, if for the time being, if
All
you
the
want to whisper
cabins
it
are
to
alike.
one of my mods, Jack Sablon's here. He can repost it in the chat for you, so that way the people can see it.
My
Until I get a
name's
chance to
printed
fix
on the
it.
front of this book. Everything's coated with grime.
Gotta remember where the gun
Where's
was.
the crew? I'm all alone here.
See, I'm guessing the gun is on this side of one of these doors here.
My stomach's growling.
Thanks, Jack. You the bait. Robot love you long time.
Where's the crew? I'm all alone here.
Let's see, take the pillow, because that's why I had the gun underneath it.
A gun? It's heavy. Heavier than it ought to be. Jesus, that engine's huge.
Those old 3D graphics, man. This was a blown some 1995 minds right the hell back.
My stomach's growling.
Hi, Giraffe.
Someone short trashed this place. Must have been one hell of a fight.
Alright, can we take the punch with us and not drink it?
I wouldn't know what to do with it even if I could take it.
Okay, well... Is there anything else in here?
Someone wiped their bloody hands here. This junk looks like it was knocked over in the fight. There's blood here and God knows what else. These chairs are all busted up.
Okay. Anything else back this way?
My
Alright.
stomach's growling.
Punch if we wanted to kill ourselves. That's about it, though. Alright, let's go ahead and use the hatch. We can take the stairs up there.
Whoa. That's a long drop to the ground.
Alright, let's not do that then. Wait. Hold on. Any of this stuff we can interact with? No. Okay, stairs it is. Does that say swallow?
Bags of gas. I must be inside an airship.
How do I swallow? Famous Lav quote. Walk to the altimeter. Lav? You want to learn how to swallow? Look, you can swallow
I must be going mad.
the altimeter.
My stomach's growling.
Can we use this thing?
We're at a level altitude.
Level altitude.
Some kind of warning light. The label says, power. It's not lit. Someone's cut this fabric before. It's stitched closed.
Okay. Can we use...
I don't know what to do with this.
If we had a knife or something, we could cut that open. I can
My
teach you
stomach's
how to
growling.
swallow. Can we go this way?
Christ, what a stench. It smells like piss, rotting meat.
Hey, Panda! What's this?
Why is this harness wired up to the engine? Is Am expecting me to electrocute myself?
Shit, let's use it. Let's find out. Looks dangerous as shit, but...
I don't know what to do with this.
At the very least, I got the gun. So we're a little further along, eh? There's a door. Lever. What was that? Bloody something? Bloody key. Hold on. Take the key. Swallow everything.
It's locked in tight. Wait, here's a sign. To remove key, push lever.
Okay. Push. Lever. Pull the lever, Kronk!
My God, I'm killing those poor creatures in the cages.
What the fuck?
I've got the key, but the blood of these poor creatures is on my hands.
Oh my god! I just killed 6 animals for a key. I said hello like a half hour ago. I'm sorry, Panda. I didn't mean to miss you.
My stomach's growling. Everything's coated with grime. Everything's coated with grime.
One of these was locked, was it not? Or was that back... One of these doors was locked. I can't remember which one. Not that one. Wasn't that one? That's the one I initially come out of. Shit, it's this way. Thanks, Panda.
My
Everything's
stomach's
going
growling.
pretty well. We've had a rough couple of days. For sure. Oh, I bet you it's this blood-covered room here.
My stomach's growling. Everything's coated with grime.
Can I use that door?
It stinks in here.
What do we have over here? The oven? The rats? The bottle? Alright, so we take the bottle.
It's empty, but the label says poison, fatal if swallowed.
Can we also take the cookbook?
Damn thing looks ready to fall apart. Useless.
Can we use the cookbook?
Here's a recipe for the milk of human kindness. Take the willingness to forgive and the will to be forceful. Mix the blood of innocence and the anger of the wronged. What kind of crap is this?
The fuck?
Friggin' rats, swarming all over the food. Everything's coated with grime.
Why did they put the bottle back? Hold on, take the bottle.
It's empty, but the label says poison, fatal if swallowed.
Oh, he puts it right back. I thought I was gonna be able to take it. So I can drink the poison, and that would definitely kill me. But he'd probably make me throw it up anyways. Use the oven.
The gas is shut off.
Is that a knife up there? Oh shit, alright, we can take that for the stitching. Now we're cooking with gas, alright.
My stomach's growling.
Alright, let me go back, try a couple of these keys. You're right, put the punch in the bottle. Well, no, we can't do that. We can't pick up the bottle. But we can use the knife to cut the stitching.
Filthy, like the rest of this cesspool.
One of these was locked.
Everything's coated with grime. Everything's coated with grime.
Could have sworn one of these was locked. I can't remember which one, though. Try the top one. This one's not locked. Not in here.
My stomach's growling.
Let me take the stairs. And we can at least use the knife with the stitching.
I've ripped a new hole.
Okay,
This leads to a girder sticking out of the airship.
alright.
No doubt about it now. Amos put me on an Iron Zeppelin. But why? Why would he give me a chance to escape? This must be the Zeppelin's mooring ring.
What does that do for us?
That heart's all wired up like some kind of weird guidance system. And with Am in control, I'm not gonna like where it's taking me. It's too narrow for me to cross without falling.
So we can't walk out there. We have a mooring ring. It's not going to do us any good.
My stomach's growling.
I could have sworn one of these doors were locked. But, let's really use this. This is the punch one. And that takes us back to the kitchen. Right.
My stomach's growling.
There was no exit here on the left, right. Can we take a rat?
Those damn rats would rip the flesh right off my hands if I tried to take the bread.
Can we... Hold on.
This looks sharp enough to slice through just about anything.
Use the knife with the rats.
That scared them away.
Okay. Take the bread then.
Oh, crap. This bread's covered with rat droppings.
Okay, so definitely not edible, unfortunately. Use the bread. No!
I'm no longer hungry, but I still feel empty. What's wrong with me?
Oh, God. Well, that's not what I meant to do. We take... There's a fork down there.
Heavy. Must be made of iron or something.
Well, I was gonna suggest that we put the bread in the oven and kind of like bake the feces or something off of it, you know. Try to decontaminate a little bit, but he just... chow down on that shit! Swallow it. Swallow everything. Oh, there's a door. That's the one that's locked. It's gotta be. Use bloody key with this door.
Damn key doesn't fit.
Can we use the fork?
It's locked. It's locked.
Can we fucking shoot the lock open?
This gun is huge. Damn thing could bring down an elephant.
Cool. That means it can bring down a door. Use the gun. Oh.
Did you really think I'd let you die now when I've intervened every time you attempted suicide in the last 109 years? No, Gorrister, I'm sending you back to the fire so that you may languish in your guilt over and over again. This is a hell with no end, Gorrister.
Oh god, I gotta kill the animals and everything.
Who among you shall go next?
Oh Jesus. Alright, let's see if we can get his section down.
Now, I would not want you to think for a moment that I am not a grateful god.
Can I spacebar
What
skip
hell?
through some of this? I can.
Looks like some kind probably wants me. And into what? Someone must have.
Okay, I can
It
skip through
says-
some of this. It looks like for certain parts of
Anna's
these.
playing a dangerous game here. And not just dangerous to you, but dangerous. Hey, it disappeared. What kind of game is Anne playing this time? I've never seen anything like this in old.
Alright, well, we can try to speed run through this a little bit.
All the cat.
You have school tomorrow? Oh no! Fall break over for you? Oh, poor Grace. No more spooky
Where's the
streams.
I'm all alone here.
Can we, hold on, can we take the sheet and see what's underneath?
Sleep and dream about her again? Forget it.
Okay.
My stomach's growling.
Thanks for the band mods, appreciate it. Those fucking spam bots, guys. Jesus.
Where's the crew? I'm all alone here.
I'll just keep on banning it. Eventually, we'll run out of usernames, right?
I don't know what to do with this.
What? To take the gun that's under there.
A gun?
There you go. You act like we never did this before.
My stomach's growling.
109 years of this, man. Thanks, Draft. You're awesome.
Someone short track. Must have been one hell of a...
Alright, go ahead and use this door back here. Here's where I'm going to pick up like 90% of the items I had anyways.
It stinks.
Alright, we're going to go ahead and take the fork. We're going to take the knife. And then we're going to use the knife on the rats. Which he does this stupid animation.
That scared them away.
Ah! Oh, suck my huge giraffe. You're lovely. Did I tell you I love you? Let me tell you again.
My stomach's growling. Christ, what a stench. It smells like piss, rotting meat.
Alright. We gotta kill all the animals. Sorry.
My God, I'm killing those poor creatures in the cages.
Sorry. Please forgive me. Now we can take the key.
I've got the key, but the blood of these poor creatures is on my hands.
No, it's not. It's on Am's hands. Don't listen to yourself.
This engine isn't as ruggedly built as it first looked. There's some loose wires hanging out.
What is the point of this game? It's a point-and-click adventure. Goal is to beat it. As far as what the win condition is, I don't think there is one. Our goal, if we're following along with the story, is we should kill ourselves.
My stomach's growling.
Okay, I know we can go upstairs. We can use the knife on the stitching.
Big gray bags of gas. I must be inside an airship.
There's the knife on the stitching over here.
I've ripped a new hole.
Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and save here. That way we don't have to do all that stuff again. We figured out that much.
This leads to a girder sticking out of the airship.
We have a key, a gun, a knife, a fork, some bread, and a psych profile. There's a switch here.
A switch. The label says, Emergency Inflation System.
Emergency inflation. Alright. Push it.
The airbags are already inflated.
Oh. Can we use the knife with the airbags?
Gas is rushing out. It's deflated.
Now can we use the switch?
The airbags are inflating.
Guessing the gas is hydrogen, that's why the Zeppelin exploded. Use the knife in the library. That is the clue answer.
This looks sharp enough to slice through just about anything.
Okay. So if we deflate the airbag...
Gas is rushing out.
So does that get us lower to the ground?
No doubt about it now. Am has put me on an iron Zeppelin. But why? Why would he give me a chance to escape?
And we can't get out to what appears to be our heart?
It's too narrow for me to cross without falling.
We have a ring, a gun.
The bullet in this gun is huge. Damn thing could bring down an elephant.
I don't suppose we could shoot the heart, eh? Well, apparently that's a great way to get electrocuted and then blow up the ship.
Did you? Who among you?
Alright, load there.
We're at a level altitude.
If I use the knife, does that make us at a not level altitude?
Gas is rushing out. We're at a level altitude.
How are we still level after cutting open one of the airbags?
Something feels different.
Alright. Yeah! Play that favorite dubstep sound. Beep whoop. My favorite part is where it goes beep whoop. Beep whoop. Ah! Love this song.
Why is that alarm going off?
No. Play the part again where it goes beep whoop. Beep whoop. Yeah! Alright, can I use this thing?
I don't know what to do with this. Everything's coated with grime. Why is that alarm going off?
What's the alarm going off? Remix! Whoop whoop beep! Beep whoop!
Why is that alarm going off?
Did you really think I'd let you die now when I've intervened every time you attempted suicide in the last 109 years? No, Gorrister, I'm sending you back to the fire so that you may languish in your guilt over and over again. This is a hell with no end, Gorrister.
This is a hell with no end, game. Please.
Who among you shall go next?
Okay. Alright, so we can make it go beep whoop beep whoop. What will that do for us, though? If we throw it...
My stomach's growling.
If we make it unstable... There's a lever. What a key. Hold on. Did I not...
I've got the key, but the blood of these poor creatures is on my hands.
That was weird. It acted like the key was still there.
This engine isn't as ruggedly built as it first looked. There's some loose wires hanging out.
Could we, like, maybe, I don't know,
This looks sharp enough to slice through just about anything.
use the knife on the engine?
The engine just spit it back out.
Okay. Well.
The metal in the fork short-circuited the engine wiring.
Okay. Cool. So that fixes that. Can we use the bloody key with the door here?
Damn key doesn't fit.
Okay.
My stomach's growling.
So where does this bloody key go? Can we use this hatch?
Whoa. That's a long drop to the ground.
Alright, now the bags safely descend. So you're crashing the Zeppelin? Not intentionally, but sorta, yeah.
Gas is rushing out.
Uh-huh.
This looks sharp enough to slice through just about anything.
Can we use the knife? Is there any airbags on this side? Power light. Altimeter. Do it with the other airbag here.
Something feels different.
Alright, we can use the tear here.
We're approaching some kind of building.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Wait. Can we go take?
It's too narrow for me to cross without falling.
Alright, we're approaching some kind of... Look at the honky-tonk.
There's a building in the distance.
Alright, can I use the ring?
I don't know what to do with this.
Go to the hatch. Okay, go to the hatch. Oh, shit. Oh, no.
We've landed. But where?
Okay, wait a minute.
Some roadside honky-tonk.
Oh, yeah.
My name on it.
It's our own. Okay, cool. Hold on. Let's save here. Yeah, we're making great progress. You guys are awesome at this. Got a tire. Just look at them. I know the tires, but...
A big, worn truck tire. Reminds me of the truck stops I used to visit.
There's front door. That one's boarded. That's the ladder to go back up. Alright, well, let's use the front door, I guess. Someone say honky?
It's somehow familiar.
Alright. There's
An
jukebox.
old-fashioned jukebox.
Bum bum ba da da dum. Bum bum ba da bum bum. And he comes sliding out in white underwear. Slicked Jezebel.
He took my baby away, then just about killed her, that stupid truck driver! He took my baby away!
That shrill voice can only belong to that bitch Edna, my mother-in-law. She's always blamed me for Glynis being put into an insane asylum. Why not? It was my fault, wasn't it?
That wasn't a very exciting song. That was really depressing, actually. Takes two to tango.
You don't ever take me dancing.
That's what Glynis said the night we fought. Oh God, why'd I have to hit her? I'd rather kill myself than hurt my poor Glynis.
You're a worthless excuse for a man. Mama was right. You're not good enough for me.
Okay, he's starting to lose it. What? That was so random. Alright, there's the restroom. That's the back door. Jesus. Alright, well, restroom it is. Use the restroom.
Cracked linoleum, broken fixtures. Disgusting. Damn spout's twisted. It's broken. Filthy.
Do you wanna take a leak?
It's broken.
Okay. No? Let's pop open the door, bro. That one he'll use! Okay, well.
Graffiti. Men are no good.
Men are no good. There's a window out here we can maybe climb out of or something? Can we use the sink? Wash your hands? Like a gentleman?
No water is coming out. Big surprise.
Fair enough. Alright.
That's Edna's husband, Harry.
Can we, talk to Harry? Harry, how did you get here? Or whose heart was impaled on the Zeppelin spike? Talk to you later. Those are two very extreme questions to open up with. Hi, Em. Make that your follow alert. What? Make what my follow alert? Follow alert or riot? Oh, mama.
Harry, how did you get here?
You know, it's a big place, the desert. Got lost in it myself.
What do you know about the desert?
Looks like there's a thunderstorm on the horizon.
What's this about a thunderstorm?
You know, it's a big place, the desert. Got lost in it myself.
Whose heart was impaled on the Zeppelin spike?
Like he even knows about the Zeppelin.
Looks like there's a thunderstorm on the horizon.
Harry, how did you get here?
You know, it's a big place, the desert. Got lost in it myself.
Okay, he doesn't have anything to say.
What do you know about the desert?
Looks like there's a thunderstorm on the horizon.
Was that Ronald Reagan?
Talk to you later.
Can we just shoot him? Let's save this right here. Hold on a second, I actually alt-tabbed out, and I'm immediately regretting it, because I'm back to the FPS weird drop. Let me relaunch the game real quick. There we go. Unfortunately, it will not allow me to play the jukebox again. There we go. Go back into full screen. Alright. So Harry doesn't have anything of use. What about... Can we use the back door? Going into the back door!
Well, Gorrister, you've seen better days. So has the big machine, for that matter.
That's a big jackal. Jackal! 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 Jackal!
What are you?
I'm man's best friend. One of them, at least.
Jackal!
No. What are you really?
Let me answer with a riddle. Today I saw a Chinaman. Now what do you suppose that means?
Today I saw a Chinaman.
You're Am, playing with my mind again.
No, but I do have an in with the big machine. He and I are like brothers.
Why can't you give me a straight answer?
Like so many others down here, I'm cursed to speak in riddles. We all have our curses to bear. Eh, Gorrister?
Yeah? What's my curse?
After 109 years in the belly of the beast, I'd think you'd have a gut instinct by now.
Well, he's missing his guts for We know that much.
Where do you come from?
Here, there, everywhere.
So you must know what lies across the mountains.
Freedom for some. If they're cut out for it, it's a long journey across the desert.
What do you want?
I have a craving. A craving for something scrumptious. A human heart, perhaps. Yours.
A human heart. He wants our heart. Up, dog. What's up, dog?
I know where my heart is, but I can't get to it.
Don't tell me you've come to the end of your rope so soon, Gorrister.
That desert doesn't look any worse than the other hellholes Am's cooked up for us.
Heed my words, Gorrister. You'd never make it alone out there. And don't expect me to be a good doggy and tag along.
Here's where he's gonna eat us.
Look, I'm getting tired of your smart mouth.
Come, Gorrister. Forgive and forget.
I've got nothing more to say to you.
Okay. Walk to the desert, probably die out here. It's alright, we can reload.
You've borne me to the edge of my fragile patience, Gorrister. Back to the fire with you until you fathom my intrigues.
Okay, so we gotta get our heart for the jackal then.
Who among you?
Okay, fair enough. Talk to Harry. Real quick.
Harry, you know...
Mm-hmm.
Harry,
Mm-hmm.
whose heart... Looks like... What's this about? You know... What do you... Talk to you later.
Mm-hmm. Go do this real quick.
Well, Gorrister, you see...
Talk to Jackal.
What
Yep.
are...
Yep.
Hi, man.
Yep.
Let me answer with... Now what?
Your
No.
What?
Like, we...
Yeah?
After...
Look,
Come.
where...
He...
So you...
Free...
That...
He... And don't...
What?
I have a Don't.
I've got nothing more to say to you.
Alright. Back inside. Actually, we can look at the trash can and see if there's anything in there.
There's more interesting rubbish to sift through, Gorrister. Does that give you some food for thought? There's more interesting rubbish to sift through, Gorrister.
Feed the
Does
dog
that
your
give you
bread.
some food for thought?
Give the bread to the
I'm
jackal.
not giving this away. If I'm gonna die, I'm taking everything with me. I'm not giving this away. If I'm gonna die, I'm taking everything with me.
Alrighty, you didn't have to say it twice. Heard it the first time, bro. It's okay. He says, fuck that. Bread's mine, yo.
My
All right.
stomach's growling.
So let's go up, see if we can get a hold of the heart, or what he has to say about it anyways. Use the tear. We know that the heart is at the end of the spike, and the jackal wants our heart. Can we take Gorrister's heart?
It's too narrow for me to cross without falling.
Too narrow. Maybe the blimp is now shot. I can like maybe
Bullet in this gun is huge. Damn thing could bring down an elephant.
I could shoot the heart off. I'll let you guys think about that before I do that. I mean, we're down on the ground now.
My stomach's growling.
Save first.
My stomach's growling.
Is there any way to get on the roof of the honky-tonk? Not to my knowledge. I'll try to look out here from the tear. No, he would if he could walk across that. He says it's too narrow. Alright, I'm gonna save here. And then use the gun. Heart? Apparently, the gas station was explosive.
Who among you shall go next?
Alright, well, we have... wants us to find some rope. Yeah, we do have a ring here. Alright, what can we use as rope?
My stomach's growling.
We'll go do a quick sweep of all the rooms.
It's locked.
We still have a locked room here. None of this stuff down here can be interacted with. We'll use each individual door, just go through the whole place again. Maybe we can use the knife on some sheets and turn them into a rope?
I just dull my knife.
Because that would be my idea, right? Maybe the psych report changed with hints? Man does not live by bread alone is a proverb meaning that people have needs beyond the physical ones. Well, that's definitely in reference to what we have. Thinking maybe I could use the knife with...
Sleep and dream about her again? Forget it.
Or I could start looking out these portholes.
Too freaking cloudy. I can't see a damn thing. Too freaking cloudy. I can't see a damn thing. I just dull my knife.
So I was thinking maybe if we could cut open some sheets, we could turn it into a rope. Or something cloth-based, you know? There's this harness, but we have no idea what it does. The engine's already jammed. I could push this lever and zap some more animals.
Nothing's happening. Everything's coated with grime.
Hi, bye, off to bed. Alright, good night, sheep.
My
Take care,
stomach's
buddy.
growling.
Good to see you for a second. We do have this punch. I don't know, maybe use the knife with the chair. Break up.
I don't know what to do with these.
Do anything.
My stomach's growling.
One of the rooms, you should say, walk to the sheet, and the room says my name is printed on this book. Yeah, I know the room.
The gas is shut off.
Gas is shut off to the oven. Maybe use the knife on the cookbook.
I just dull my knife.
you can take that sheet. Really?
My stomach's growling.
I tried doing that. I believe it's this door right here.
My name's printed on the front of this book.
Okay, so we can then just take the sheet. I'll be damned. I could have sworn I tried that, but where the hell is the? There we go. Just gotta find that perfect spot where the door lines up. On 2 of the beds, you can take the sheets. Really? That's always the tricky part of these point-and-click games. You can try to, like, use, and it works, like, 90% of the time, and then one time it wants take. You know,
my stomach's
it was a
growling.
little tricky with the wording. Thanks for the help, Duck. Appreciate it. Now I bet you I can, let's see, use the tear here, and then tie the sheets together. We can make a rope.
These 2 sheets make a halfway decent rope.
Okay. Now we can use the rope with... There we go. Then use the rope.
I don't know what to do with this.
Then, I don't know, take the rope.
I tied the knot too tight.
Can I just take the heart? There we... Okay, he knows to grab the rope to... There we go. Beautiful.
This no-good heart of mine doesn't beat anymore.
Jesus, what the hell is wrong with it?
There's a compass and wires attached to this heart. There's a compass and wires attached to this heart.
Okay, so we give the jackal my heart, which has a compass and
My
wires
stomach's
on it.
growling.
Alright, use the hatch. Swallow the heart. Swallow it.
I must be going mad.
It's a robo heart. Jackal! 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 Coming in through the back door. Alright. I'm gonna go ahead and save here before, just in case it's not the right thing we do. We still have the heart in our inventory. Alright, give my heart to the jackal.
I'm not giving this away. If I'm gonna die, I'm taking everything with me. I'm not giving this away. If I'm gonna die, I'm taking everything with me.
Okay. Well, let's just talk to the jackal. I'm not gonna give you my heart, period.
I am not gonna give you my heart.
No? Too bad. I was going to tell you how to get across the mountains in exchange.
Can we...
Tell me how to get across the mountains.
I'm hungry. Perhaps a taste of your heart will put me in a more cooperative mood.
Alright. Alley-oop. I hereby give my heart to the jackal. Ah!
You want to get across the mountains? Go to the restroom and flush 3 times.
What? Go to the restroom and flush 3 times?
Tell me that riddle for getting across the mountains again.
Go to the restroom and flush 3 times. It doesn't make much sense, but neither does what Am's doing to us, does it?
I've got nothing more to say to you.
Swallow the bathroom. Metal as fuck. Just donated my heart to a jackal. I don't think it's a riddle. I think he just...
A toilet stall. Am's never given us privacy before. None of this makes sense.
Hello? Okay, it just turned off. It said 1 or more something, and then just boop. Can you do that without giving the jackal your heart? Well, let's go find out, Grace.
Which of you 5?
Oh, shit, I didn't mean to do that. I meant to hit the load icon.
No, I wouldn't.
Oh, Jesus. He's gonna
What?
try to talk. Please.
Into
Stop. Thank you. Jack was just trying to teach you how to crash the game. Let's try to do it without giving him the heart. That's how you get out of this game. You just shut the fucking thing down. Poop a lot. That's how you get across the desert. Doesn't look like it's working. Nope. You have to give him your heart.
I'm not pulling that rope trick again.
No, if you try to use the heart on anything, it just denies it. Alright, you just have to talk to the jackal and give him your heart.
I'm...
No?
Tell me...
Give your heart to the jackal.
I think I'll save this delicacy for later.
I tried going out in the
Wanna get
desert and
across
just
the
kills you.
mountains? Go to the restroom and flush 3 times.
I've got nothing more to say.
Alright, let's go ahead and save here. That was before you had the heart. Alright, fair enough. Just walk to the desert.
You've borne me to the edge.
Nah, you killed me
Who
off.
among you shall go?
Alright, triple flush time. Please don't break me. Be gentle, game. You don't have heart. Oh my god. Oh. Whoops. Super face bomb. Well, we'll get there with a triple flush. Be alright.
A meat locker? How'd I get... bodies on meat hooks? Am, you bastard. What have you done?
Edna Glynis, the beef. Some sort of panel. We look at Edna.
That's Edna, my mother-in-law. No, this is too good to be true. Glynis, what has Am done to you, honey? Beef. Grade A quality, too. Am's never given us something this good to eat before. Something's wrong here.
I don't have anything else we can interact with in this room than these 3 bodies and the beef and... Hold on. Oh, here's the door I came in. I gotta flush 3 times to get back? Oh no, I just flush once to get back in here. There's also a shadow of some kind. Well...
No use. The rest of this carcass is frozen solid.
Can we, like, take some of the...
Too big to take with me. She can't talk. All she can do is drool out of the side of her mouth. My God, what have I done? Edna, how did you get up there?
The Chinaman hung me here, Gorrister. Take me down!
Chinaman? What Chinaman?
He's one of the other 2. Am's not as omnipotent as he would have us believe.
Oh, so the computers are working together. I see.
Why should I help you?
I have to complete the contract and get the Zeppelin to the mountains, or the big machine will kill me!
You know how to fly the Zeppelin out of here?
You were once an electrician. You don't have to be a brain surgeon to figure it out.
Tell me how to fly the Zeppelin first, and then I'll help you.
No. Take me down, and then I'll tell you.
It looks like I can't escape you, Edna. Even in the belly of Am.
Why would you want to escape from me, Gorrister? We're family, after all.
You were always telling Glynis how much you hated me.
Now, Gorrister, I was just concerned about my baby. Glynis was so lonely with you always being out on the road. I know you were doing the best you could.
Okay, Edna. I'll take you down.
It's good to see you're finally making amends for what you did to Glynis.
Wait. You're right about Glynis. I deserve to die here.
Gorrister! You stupid truck driver! You can't leave me here!
I've got nothing more to say to you.
Alright, let's go ahead and take... maybe we have to use the knife to cut her down?
I've got nothing more to say to you.
Alright, swallow her?
I must be going mad. What good will that do me?
Push her? How the hell do you get her down? Use gun with Edna. Okay, well. Maybe you shot her down? I don't know. So she's gonna be a pilot for the Zeppelin. Jeez, I gotta do this 3 flush thing.
Meat locker? How'd I get... bodies? Damn, you...
Just skip this all. Talk to Edna.
Edna. Chinaman. Why should I... You know...
You were one.
Tell me how... It looks like...
Why would...
You were always telling Glenn...
Now, Glynis was... I know...
Okay, Edna. I'll take you down.
It's good to see you're finally making amends for what you did to Glynis.
I've got nothing more to say to you.
Alright, well, I talked to her and said I'm going to take her down. I ended it there. Take... Use... Look at...
That's Edna, my mother-in-law. No, this is too good to be true.
Push...
What good will that do me? I'm not giving this away. If I'm gonna die, I'm taking everything with me.
How do I get her down?
She can't talk. All she can do is drool out of the side of her mouth. My God, what have I done?
Okay, what if I just leave? Does she come back out? Or maybe talk to her husband?
Talk to you later.
Nope. You didn't have anything new.
Whiskey.
Whiskey.
Harry used to guzzle this stuff like it was tap water.
There we go. Take that. Yeah. Alright, I'm going to bed, Edna. Good night, Edbit. Night, Dart. I realized I just called you Edna. I must be tired. How am I gonna get this lady down?
I'm not giving this away. If I'm gonna die, I'm taking everything with me.
It wasn't. We just kind of scan every part of the room here to see if anything pops across the bottom. Nothing. Really? Not even this. I was really concerned. Not even this panel over here? Like, that seems... Said Harry used to drink whiskey. How was that not your first thought? Alright, or I don't know, give whiskey to...
I shouldn't give this away without saying anything.
Alright, if I talk to him.
Harry,
You know,
whose heart?
looks like the...
Let me
Let
pour
me
you a drink.
pour
Here
you
we
a
go.
drink. Let me pour you a drink. Let me pour you a drink.
Okay.
Harry, how did you get here?
The Zeppelin, Gorrister. We came on the Zeppelin.
What do you know about the Zeppelin?
Okay, he's gonna be
You'll
down.
have to talk to Edna. She knows all about the Zeppelin. That's why we did it, you know.
What happened in the dining room?
Looks like there's a thunderstorm on the horizon.
Let me pour you a drink. What happened in the dining room?
I shouldn't have let her force me into it. I'm not a murderer.
Who did you kill?
Didn't look at the wreckage in the dining room too closely, did you? Or haven't you had to take a leak yet?
Let me pour you a drink. Whose heart was impaled on the Zeppelin spike?
Why, yours, of course. How'd you think we got here?
Let me pour you a drink. What's this about a thunderstorm?
You know, it's a big place, the desert. Got lost in it myself.
Let me pour you a drink. What do you know about the desert?
Looks like there's a thunderstorm on the horizon.
Talk to you later.
Okay, so he revealed some new information. Maybe we can tell that to Edna.
A toilet stall. Am's never given us privacy before. None of this makes sense.
Wait a minute. There's a magnifying glass in the urinal. Now, can we talk to Edna and maybe find out some more?
Wait, you're right about Glynis. I deserve to die here.
Gorrister! You stupid truck driver, you can't leave me here!
I've got nothing more to say to you. There's nothing special to see here. There's nothing special to see here.
There's only 3 things to look at in here.
The organs are still inside. Reminds me of when Am ripped that hole open in Benny's chest. Of course, Am sewed him back up again before he bled to death. That bastard's never gonna let us die. He's just gonna keep torturing us forever.
And he said he murdered Glynis. Or actually, he said take a look inside the bathroom. Which Glynis is the only one that appears to be dead, or Edna and Glynis are both dead.
What's this about a thunderstorm?
You know...
Let me pour you a drink. What do you know?
Looks...
Yeah, he just stuck between these
Talk to
two
you
right
later.
now. Oh yeah. Alright, I'm gonna check this trash can back here too.
I don't know what to do with these.
Alright, back to the ship. Oh, whoops, wrong mic. I think I'll go ahead and save right here again, just to be back on track. I don't think there's anything special about the tire, but...
I don't know what to do with these.
Alright, take the ladder back up. Oops, hit the microphone, my bad.
My stomach's growling.
He said you need to take a better look at the crime scene over here. So I'm thinking we use the magnifying glass with, like...
Whoever left these handprints must have gutted someone for there to be so much blood.
Good night, Duck! Take care! Alright, somebody was gutted here.
Here's some hair that was pulled out during the fight. It's the same color as mine. And here's some that matches Harry's. Now I understand what happened here.
Harry ripped your heart out?
There's nothing useful here. I don't know what to do with these. There's nothing special to see here. My stomach's growling.
There's a lot of blood over here at the oven.
I don't know what to do with these. My stomach's growling.
Okay, maybe we can use that information that we found from investigating the scene with Harry. I was the one you killed, wasn't it? You bastard.
I was the one you killed, wasn't I, you bastard?
I'm sorry, Gorrister. Edna poisoned the punch, and after you drank it, I wrestled you to the ground. When the poison took effect, I cut you open.
Why did you kill me?
It's too complicated for me to explain. You'll have to ask Edna.
Let me pour you a drink. Talk to you later.
Okay. We're starting to unravel this. So we were killed in combo by the old couple here. Let's go ask Edna why she's a big giant bitch and tried to kill me. Alright, talk to Edna. Edna, you bitch. I know all about your plot to murder me.
Edna, you bitch. I know all about your plot to murder me.
I had to make a deal with Am. I had to. I've always been harsh on you, I admit. But we're the last people on Earth. Let's help each other now.
Why should I trust my own murderer?
Alliances change, Gorrister. Something's gone wrong. Am's two Conrads don't listen to me anymore. I need you. And you need me. It's that simple.
She can fly the Zeppelin, she can get us across.
You truck-driving son of a bitch! This is for me and my baby!
You son of a bitch.
I ought to kill you right now, you bitch.
Don't be a fool, Gorrister! You need me alive if you want to make it out of here!
She's
Let
trying
me
to choke
go.
you out, bro. Just stab her.
Got you now, Gorrister! And if you think you'll ever escape me, you've got some new thinking to do!
Edna, you dropped a key.
Hand me back that key and let me down! I'm your only hope of getting out of here!
Sorry, Edna. I don't trust you as far
Let
as
me
I
ask
can
you for
spit.
help while I grab your head and shuffle you around like a British
I'll let you
nanny.
go. Now give me the key.
Cut out Edna's heart. Shoot Edna with the gun.
I've got nothing more to say to you.
I'm taking the key. Shit, did we kill her? Let's save it.
That's Edna, my mother-in-law. No, this is too good to be true.
Fuck it. She tried to kill us. Yeah!
One heart looks like another.
Flawless victory. Free heart. Oh, you know what? We probably could have fed her heart to the jackal and kept ours. Aw.
I found Edna and Glynis. How does that help me escape from here?
Such information comes at a price. But I can see that you're in no bargaining position. I'll offer you a trade. Your heart for Edna's.
Yep.
Ah, this is Edna's heart. A bitter organ, but worth its weight in gold to me. I give you your heart back.
So how do I get out of here?
A heart brought you here, but it will take another organ to get you out. If you can harness its power.
I don't understand your riddle about another organ.
Ah, but Edna does. And all the other animals like her.
I've got nothing more to say to you.
Another organ, eh?
Let me pour you a drink. Talk to you later.
Ah, you're right. It couldn't have got into the meat locker without giving the jackal my heart anyways. Alright, what if we...
Too big to take with me. Maybe I can cut myself off a piece. One heart looks like another.
Alright. More hearts. Collect the whole set.
Edna, now you really are heartless. One heart looks like another.
Hold on, do I have a whole heart set now? She has infinite hearts? I got another organ for you. Cap it. Okay, we got Edna's heart again. I don't know how that worked, but okay. I'm gonna go use this key real quick.
My stomach's growling.
There we go.
So many dials and controls.
Okay, here we go. Let's take, hold on, what do we got? Logbook?
It's fastened to the cockpit with a damn wire.
Alright, well, how about you just use the logbook then? Read Edna's first log
When
entry.
Am took us down here before the war, I didn't know anyone could hate Gorrister more than me. But Am did. He hated all of us. If I can just deliver Gorrister's soul on a platter, I can make amends for every minute of Glynis's life I took from her. I never meant to drive her crazy.
I'll be damned. Edna's claimed responsibility for Glynis. Maybe it wasn't my fault after all.
I thought I could do what Am wants, but he's too precise. I poisoned the punch, but I couldn't bring myself to cut out Gorrister's heart. Maybe I can have my husband do it. Then this Zeppelin can clear the mountains. But if we don't finish the job, Am will feed me alive to the machine just like an animal.
Alright, let's take a look. What do we have over here? There's probably a lot of... Got the altimeter. Any of these other dials here? No? There's a switch. A logbook. Fuck it, let's try to fly this thing.
I can't bring myself to leave Glynis again.
Oh, he wants to take Glynis.
My
Alright.
stomach's growling.
Alright, take... Push.
What good will that do me? She can't talk. All she can do is drool out of the side of her mouth.
Maybe
My God, what have I done?
use one of these hearts on her?
I don't know what to do with this. I don't know what to do with this. I'm not pulling that rope trick again. There's nothing special to see here.
So we need to get Glynis down. He won't leave without taking Glynis with him again, he said.
I read Edna's logbook, and everything's much clearer. Now what?
You must make amends and bury the past, Gorrister.
I don't understand your riddle about another organ.
Ah, but Edna does. And all the other animals like her.
I've got nothing more to say to you. The corpse's heart looks no different from any other heart. I'm not giving this away. If I'm gonna die, I'm taking everything with me. I'm not giving this away. If I'm gonna die, I'm taking everything with me.
Does Harry have anything more to say then, after reading the logs?
Talk to you later.
Edna knows in regards to the organ, as well as every other animal. Well, there's nothing we can really do about Edna
That's
anyways.
Edna, my mother-in-law. No, this is too good to be true. Edna, now you really are heartless.
Maybe we can give Edna's heart back to Edna.
I'm not giving this away. If I'm gonna die, I'm taking everything with me.
Can't bring her back, eh? Okay, let's save right here. I hate to try this, but this is my always go-to thing. Nope. Okay. It was one of the options in the dialogue before, so thought maybe, you know.
I just dull my knife.
See, shoot Edna with the gun. Alright. Interesting. Cut some more meat from the cow? That's an idea. Use the knife with the beef?
No use. The rest of this carcass is frozen solid.
Nope. So I have 3 hearts. Edna's, the beef's, mine. 2 keys. One I found, one to use for the 1 key. Bread and whiskey. We found the use for the rescue. The knife is a all-purpose. Gun seems to have no use so far. Psych profile, has it changed? Man does not live by bread alone, is a proverb meaning that people have needs beyond the physical ones.
It's broken.
We talked to the dog again. What was the clue again?
I read it. I don't understand your riddle about another organ.
Ah, but Edna does. And all the other animals like her.
The animals like her.
I've got nothing more to say to you.
What are you thinking, Gorrister? You can't tunnel out of this place.
I'm not pulling that rope trick again. I must be going mad.
So walking through the desert would kill me. I was able to look at the ground. Can't tell. Did you try giving your wife your heart? No, I did not. Edna knows, and all the animals like her. Give Gor's heart to Glynis.
I'm not giving this away. If I'm gonna die, I'm taking everything with me.
He won't give his own heart. Will he give the beef heart?
I'm not giving this away. If I'm gonna die, I'm taking everything with me.
Give Edna's heart.
I'm not giving this away.
No.
If I'm gonna die, I'm taking everything with me.
This guy's stingy as fuck. So give your heart to your wife. Fuck that. Let's go take a look back in the ship again. We still have a key. We have no idea where it goes.
My stomach's growling.
I want to look in this room too.
The engines have shut down. My stomach's growling.
Alright, I got
It's
nothing
locked.
else. Hey, you were totally helpful. Let's use Edna's key to unlock this one.
The light's dimmed. We must be out of power.
Okay, we're out of power.
So how do I get out of here?
Okay, so let's see if we can try to get this airship up and running again, eh? Maybe. We can use...
I'm not pulling that rope trick again. Nothing's happening. I don't know what to do with this.
The engine is busted, because we put the fork in there. I don't see the fork anywhere sticking around.
My stomach's growling.
What we could do is use the stairs. We do know that we can use the knife with the airbags. Put some air back in
It's
here.
already deflated. I don't know what to do with this.
Oh, wait a minute. We can use the switch.
The airbags are inflating.
Okay.
So how do I get out of here? Some kind of warning light. The label says, power. It's not lit.
Okay, because the engine is broken.
My stomach's growling.
Which power is generated from this section of the building, over here by the engines. So we have altitude. The ability to gain altitude. We're just missing power. Now the question is... You know, take a look at the engine.
I don't know what to do with these.
My best guess, we hook ourselves up to the harness here. We generate energy off of our body.
I don't know what to do with this. I'm not pulling that rope trick again. I don't know what to do with this. I don't know what to do with this.
We need somebody or something to be strapped in here, and that's going to power the engine. I can see that much. It's a harness, but for who or what?
It's locked.
Use Edna's key with the door. Okay, Okay, we have access to the logbook. We can use the switch, but I believe it just tells us it's not going to work.
No, I can't bring myself to leave Glynis again. So how do I get out of here?
Okay. I have a feeling we're going to need to use Glynis, his body, strap her in the
My
harness
stomach's growling.
to get out of here. So, and use the hatch. We've got to figure out a way to get Glynis down. In which case, time to start going through all the things in the inventory to use them on her and see which one works. She's drooling, so she's not dead.
She can't talk. All she can do is drool out of the side of her mouth. My God, what have I done?
We already tried the three hearts. Now
I
it
don't
just
see a lock.
stick keys in her. Use the magnifying glass.
There's nothing special to see here. This whiskey tastes good. Am would never let us have this. I don't see a lock. I'm no longer hungry, but I still feel empty. What's wrong with me?
Forgot that it uses up the bread.
I just dull my knife.
And then back to just using the gun against her, which puts us nowhere.
Who am I?
What else could we do?
Edna, now you really are heartless. I don't know what to do with this. Edna's heart looks no different from any other heart. I must be going mad. I don't know what to do with this. I'm not giving this away. If I'm gonna die, I'm taking everything with me.
Well, guys, I'm stuck. I can't seem to figure this riddle out. I'm gonna have to think about it. Got 3 hearts, keys, bread, knife, gun. No way to get Glynis down. We've already talked to the Jackal. We've already talked to Harry. Our psych profile hasn't updated. And you know what's going to be frustrating? Is it's going to be something simple, like instead of like give knife to Glynis or something, it's gonna be, you know, use knife. It'll be something like that. Something I've already tried, just in a different way. Shit, I hate to look it up, but I'm gonna have to do it, I guess, just so we can progress. I don't want to be stuck here forever. Let me take it up real quick. Hate to do it. But I'm really stuck. I don't have any clue. I normally don't like looking stuff up, but it's little things like that on these point-and-click adventures can make it a little funky. So I'm gonna take a quick opportunity to look it up real quick. Let me see. Good old game facts. Oh, we're really far, too, in Gorrister's. Da-da-da-da. Okay, there's a couple of things I can go do right now that I know I already missed. And we are actually really far into this. We're almost done. I'm just missing one or two things here. One, we do need to go back to here.
My stomach's growling.
It's something really silly, actually.
The animal's brain implants were released when the engine shut down. At least they're no longer suffering.
Okay, it says there's a milky fluid coming from a panel in here. That would be really easy for me to overlook. Oh, there it is, right there. To take that. Okay. That's really, really small. I would have missed that. Also, we forgot to get our rope back. My bad.
I wouldn't know what to do with it even if I could take it.
Oh, whoops. Not take. Use the damn door, please. Thank you.
My stomach's growling. This leads to a girder sticking out of the airship.
Go ahead and walk out there. Or use the tear in this case to go outside. There we go. Alright, now we can use the knife, get our rope back.
I don't know what to do with these.
Oh, wait a minute. Okay, use the knife instead of on the mooring ring. The rope. There we go. Got a rope back.
My stomach's growling.
Okay, go ahead and use the hatch here. And here's where I'd messed up. By missing out on that little tiny little vial of fluid.
Everything's coated with grime.
That's apparently what I need to give Glynis here. Did I already look at this writing? Just out of my own curiosity, I can't remember if I did or not.
I don't know what to do with these.
Oh.
Graffiti. If you're going to overflush, please leave.
Ah, that was the clue to get in, I see. Okay. Where's that milky fluid? Here we go. We can use that.
Bitter stuff. But I feel stronger.
Okay.
What good will that do me?
Oh, I thought you, yeah, give it to her. There we go.
This fluid should revive you, honey.
That's what I was trying to do. Now we can talk to her.
Glynis, all these years and I thought I was the one who was responsible for your suffering. Let me help you now. She's gone. At least I finally made amends with her. I'm taking her body out of this freezer.
Okay. Wait a minute, did... Glynis's body just became an item in the inventory? Oh, well, with a sticker in the old pocket, you know. Alright, let's try talking to Harry.
Looks like he's on another one of his drinking binges.
Can't talk to him? No?
Talk to you later.
Alright, now let's see if we can progress further, though. We got that. Shows nicely in the inventory. That is nice. Alright, now let's talk to Jackal. See what we can do here.
I read Edna's log.
You must make a...
I've got nothing more to say to you. A shovel.
Okay, I see.
Be careful where you use that, Gorrister. I like to know where all the bodies are buried.
Well, don't worry. I'm gonna bury this one right here. She deserves a proper burial.
Isn't it a bit premature to be digging your own grave, Gorrister?
Hey, shut your mouth. Alright. Let's put our wife to rest, shall we?
I've made amends and buried the past.
An excellent job, Gorrister. But the thunderstorm is upon us. You'd better hurry if you want to recharge your old ticker's battery.
Recharge your old ticker's battery. Oh.
I've got nothing more to say to you.
Okay, let's get ourselves back to the ship. I wonder, actually, can we take Edna with us? We strap her in at the ship? I mean, we're super strong now, so we can take...
Edna, now you really are heartless.
Or just push her?
What good will that do me?
Use the shovel on her?
I don't know what to do with these.
Okay, maybe we gotta bring her back with this stuff. Oh, whoops.
Bitter stuff. But I feel stronger.
Well. Hey, let's give that to her. I wonder...
I'm not giving this away. If I'm gonna die, I'm taking everything with me.
Because I figured that we would use her to strap her into the harness, but... we could try to give this to...
I'm not giving this away. If I'm gonna die, I'm taking everything with me.
Alright, it said something about recharging our heart.
My stomach's growling.
Where's the key that we had? There's Edna's key. Let's see what it says about us pulling away now that we've buried her, because we obviously can't take her now.
Nothing's happening.
Can't interact with these things that are shooting electricity, right? To recharge the heart?
It's too narrow for me to cross without falling.
What? Okay.
Why waste my rope on that?
Well, I was trying to give you...
It's too narrow for me to cross without falling.
Too narrow? Okay, use the rope with the engine?
I don't know what to do with these.
There's the harness. Where else could you want me to go out here? There's nothing small, right? What if I use my...
It's too narrow for me to cross without falling. I don't know what to do with these. The animal's brain implants were released when the engine shut down. At least they're no longer suffering.
If I could put my heart in the cage, I could then pull the lever and recharge it. Whoa, what are you doing? Whoa, what are you doing there? Continue. Okay, fine, we'll save. Okay. It's kind of freaking out. You good? It's good. It said recharge my heart, so if I were able to put that on... in the cages, because when I push the lever...
Nothing's happening.
It was shocking the animals if I get my heart in there. Okay, what if... Use
My
the door.
stomach's growling.
Let's take the stairs. Let's go get the airbags inflated, right?
The bags are inflated.
Okay.
My stomach's growling. It's too narrow for me to cross without falling.
Well, let me give it to anybody.
It's too narrow for me to cross without falling.
You gotta get Edna down. Okay.
My stomach's growling.
Maybe we gotta use the knife or something on her? I mean, this is the only way down. We gotta go this way. We gotta get her down, because that's what's gonna be the power in the harness. How old is this game? Very good question. I honestly don't know. Very, very old. Windows 94? Or like our Windows 95 era? Okay, maybe... Alright, what do we have available to us that we can use on Edna? So we can give... Wait a minute, we can use rope with Edna? Tie Edna up with the rope?
Untie me, you son of a bitch! I'll rip your spleen out!
I'm taking you with me, Edna.
Oh! Well, that solves that. Okay. Alright. Fuck you, lady. We're gonna go strap this bitch into the chair.
My stomach's growling.
Oh, wait, that was the stairs. Whoops.
My stomach's growling.
We gotta take the corridor over here. Actually, probably the fastest way around is go down this way. Alright, we can use Edna's body with the harness. Oh, yeah. Get in there! Well, that looks painful.
I'll be damned. The engine's starting up again.
Let's fly this bastard! I hate that I have to keep using this key with a door, like it doesn't stay unlocked, but whatever. Alright, and use the switch. Yeah!
We're taking off.
Alright, let me go
My
up.
stomach's growling.
Make sure everything's okay with the, balloon upstairs?
We're taking off. Some kind of warning light. The label says power. It's not lit.
Can we... So we're not getting power?
Do it, Gorrister. Blow the place apart. You may never have a chance to do it again.
Shoot it?
The bullet in this gun is huge. Damn thing could bring down an elephant.
So Jack was telling me blow it the fuck up. Aight? Leroy! All of a sudden it turned into a flare gun?
Yeah, you're made of sterner stuff than I calculated, Gorrister. Interesting. Here's a new burden for you while I attempt to resolve this miscalculation. Who among you shall go next?
Oh, we did it! Yeah! Alright, that was 1 out of 5. Gonna save that shit. Yes, indeed. Alright, a little quick game. We're gonna stop it right there for the evening. That's 1 person down. We got 4 to go. And let me move myself over the big cam here. Thank you guys so much for coming out for I Have No Mouth and I Must Scream. I have to say the story is obviously way better than the game is, but hey, it's an old classic and I gotta give it a little bit of leeway. You know, this is actually kind of a fucked up game for like early 1995 when you really think about it, you know what I mean? So, without further ado, thank you guys for coming out. I've been the 8-Bit Hero as usual. I'll see you all next time. Have a wonderful night. We'll be playing the rest of this tomorrow. We got 4 more characters to go. We'll probably knock out about 2 more characters, maybe even all 4 tomorrow night, especially since I wasted about an hour reading, spent an hour reading the short story this evening, so we probably could have got a lot further along, especially without these technical difficulties. Now I know that how it works. I got to keep it full screened and all that good stuff, and we'll do it all again tomorrow. Bye, everybody. Take care. Have a wonderful night. I'll see you all next time.